You can support this show at patreon.com/ASA podcasting.
It's just a video game.
The wasteland is a post-apocalyptic mess as the sole survivor wanders out about to see the rest. Nuclear explosions sending out the gamma rays from deep within the core, gross atomic waste. From deep within the core, gross atomic waste.
Hello, and welcome to the 448th edition of the Fallout feed. I am Andrew, joined by a flock of my favorite Fallout folks. Tonight, I've got Jess. What's up, Jess?
Hi, howdy, Andrew. Greets, everybody.
And also Ray. What's going on, Ray?
Hello, hello.
Welcome to the show. Tonight, we have got our gameplay off the top, what we've been getting into this week. Also, we will go to a game from Game Time that we prepared last week, so I need to make sure I've got that pulled up. We're also going to chit-chat a little bit about our upcoming Roundtable season from Fallout 3, which we revealed last week. Jess and Ray are going to help you all and spot a few PC setups, mods, that sort of thing. Get ready to download Windows 95 again, everybody. So we've also...
2000.
Windows 2000. Was there a 2000 version?
There was, actually. I like 2000 better than XP. I ran 2000 for quite a while. Very solid.
Nice. We've also got a good dose of iguana bits and a couple of shouts on the way out the door. So why don't we go ahead and roll right in. Hey, Jess, did you get a chance to play any video games this week?
I sure did, and I noticed you didn't ask if I played any Fallout. You know, I just want to let the audience know, I want to let all of our friends and listeners know that this will be the last week of not playing Fallout for a little while for two reasons.
Yay!
First, we're starting a roundtable. Thank goodness. But second, your girl has finished Starfield.
What? No.
Yes,
Really?
I am officially on Starbation.
There's a starman waiting in the sky.
Well, congratulations. That is just fancy pants.
Thank you. Dreams do come true. Xbox says 564 hours, and I am done. But the truth is, and we all know the truth is, I am not done. But I have made it to the Unity. No spoilers. We'll talk a little bit about my gameplay, but you know, a lot of it's story stuff that we can't get into. But yeah, the game goes deep down that philosophy rabbit hole. But here's the thing. Okay, I've got saves along the way, so my character before we hit the Unity and going to start the new playthrough, which will probably start probably in a couple months. I'm thinking I'm going to take at least a month or two off from Starfield mostly. But my character, they'll just be like, building ships and maybe exploring outposts in the Prime universe. That's kind of my plan.
Yeah. And
Because-
you're not going to start a new, fresh character and see different stuff. Like you'll think you will actually take the same character. How many
100%.
How many times do you think you'll do that thing? Will you try to match Jerry in his 38?
No, so there's a lot of thoughts on how to do New Game Plus in Starfield once you get into it. And I found that a lot of people they look at it as a challenge and a goal. Like once you go through the Unity and you discover how that works, a lot of people do multiple New Game Pluses because you can do them pretty quick. Like especially if you tell, Constellation, if you skip most of the main story, you can get a few unique ones where stuff goes strange and weird at Constellation. There are other subtle changes that can happen too that people notice if they actually do a full playthrough. And then there are times when you get the regular thing, but you still skip the story. You can just go through in 2 hours and get the stuff done that you need to get done in order to move to the next universe. It can be pretty quick.
What's the most times, most loops? I don't even know how to phrase the question. What's the many times someone's gone Starborn?
Of somebody I know. So,
Of
as
what you've
far
just
as
heard of theoretically,
Okay, so someone I follow on Twitter or I've seen on Reddit is in the 30s somewhere. I've seen people say they've done it 33 or 38 times. Somewhere is in that range.
And each time something's different enough to make it worthwhile to keep doing it that way, or like
Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. It's all, why you want to do it. So the reason why a lot of people go, like I'm saying, multiple once they do it once is because every time you go through, you have a chance as you collect the artifacts and you get your powers, you can level up your powers. Each power has a maximum level of like 10. So after you've gone through the Unity and done your 10 new game pluses, you'll have the most powerful ship you can get. Your powers will be as leveled up as they can get if you've gone and discovered them each playthrough again and done all that. And your spacesuit, I think. Ray, tell me if I'm remembering this correctly. Is it like your suit goes around level 6, your 6th Unity becomes the most powerful it can be, and your ship the 10th? Or is it the opposite, where your ship the 6th and suit the 10th?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, okay. But it's 6 and 10 either way to get basically everything leveled up. But the thing is, that doesn't need to be a goal. Like some people make that a goal, and that's why they do it and they start going in a loop quickly. But I really feel like, you just, if you want to do that and see the new universe, do it and then find one to settle down in. So me, I'm going to, when I do start my next playthrough on my Starborn character, it'll be a full playthrough again, probably on hard or very hard. Yeah, probably on very hard, as I've learned from Ray. I'm not going to re-roll my legendary drops though, just to try to keep it a little bit more challenging because I want to keep the challenge going for a while.
Then you'll have a lot of 1-star helmets and 1-star melee weapons.
Actually, the vendors will have a lot of 1-star helmets and melee weapons. I'm gonna have a lot of caps. But yeah, so that's the plan. And of course, with the updates we're getting, update next month and hopefully every 6 weeks or so, when I do get back into it on that full playthrough with my Starborn character on very hard, hopefully there will be a few things out. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll have creations and mods rolling out, beyond what we already have, of course. But stuff available on console, probably not that soon, but there will be more updates. There will be more things in the game. And so I look forward to that. And I may even stream some of that one. I didn't want to stream my first playthrough because, well, let's be real. Okay. When someone plays the way I do and takes so long, like I know some of our friends don't mind watching a slow play, but a lot of people watching streams, they want more action. And I just like, talking to people, looking at every cranny and corner and, going really, really thorough. So that's it's kind of a compromise. Like the way I would play naturally is very slow, and the way I play on stream is quicker. I try to find that balance. But yeah, so I got all that done. I found a lot of these story things really neat. I love the connections when you get the story of kind of not just what happened on Earth, but kind of how things happened on Earth. That was really cool. There's some great philosophy in what it means to be Starborn. There are some things lore-wise that aren't as explained as they should be. And I'm glad we can finally kind of talk about them, Andrew. I know we're not going to do it on the show too much yet, but yeah, so the Unity, it does present some questions because I feel like some of the things that they say about it are contradictory, but that's my Starfield play. So yeah, doing great. I ended up, level 78 to do the whole thing. I hit level 78 naturally, like 203 quests total, and got it all done. So love it. Oh, and I did get every system too. Like I said, I would get every system before I went through. I did.
Nice.
It was great seeing that pop. So I let my character load in on the next thing. It's neat because you go through and you end up, you've just got your new spacesuit and your shiny metal ass starship. And you're like, oh, what do I do? Here I am in the Narian system. I thought that was a neat start. And then it starts with, one giant leap one small step is the first quest. Can we just say, naming conventions, good job, Bethesda. Your first main quest is, one small step, and your last main quest is one giant leap. Well played. I like that.
I don't get it.
It's funny. People mentioning, did I notice that Isa? So yeah, there is a professor named Isa, person who invented the grav drive, and yes, voiced by Stephen Russell. Stolier mentions that in chat, and I did think that. I'm listening. I'm like, oh, he did more characters in this than I realized. It was fun seeing the credits in the voice cast because, of course, you roll credits. One thing I will say, I had heard, at the end of every Bethesda game, you get like a little bit of kind of a roll credits or summary or an end of stuff you did during the game. And I thought that me doing everything possible, that it would be, richer. There'd be more to it. I expected more like a New Vegas or, Fallout 3 or 4, like your classic Bethesda roll credits where this faction, this character, this faction, this character, all kinds of info. And it's not that at all.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty thin. And especially since there were several of the faction quests that you didn't do. So it didn't add those in.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because I did not do any fleet whatsoever. So I didn't get that. But there was some neat stuff about the Starboard. For those curious about Emissary, Hunter, or neither, I sided with the Emissary for it. It made more sense for my character. And the fact that the Emissary is who they are and just all that. When people get to it, they'll see, or they already know. It just made more sense for the way I'd play to side with the Emissary. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, I really thought that it would be a little bit richer there. So if people are expecting, I'm going to get all this story. No, you get a little bit. You get a little bit about what happened after you go on to another universe if you do. But yeah. So anyway, that's going to be my Starfield for the next while, is just building ships, outposts, actually kind of figuring out that system a little better. Well, I mean, we know it already, but I haven't gotten into the details on outposts, so that'll be fun. And then in a couple months, start a new real full playthrough.
What is the... do they add any content, new stories, or anything on your second, third, fourth time through? Like,
definitely.
They do fill in, like, lore cracks and such? Or?
That's what I'm excited about to see, is not so much filling out lore cracks, but there's a lot of things that address the fact that you're Starborn. That you have done some of this before. The way you can approach quests, you'll have new...
Will they actually acknowledge it? Or, like, are you still... You smell like a wet dog, even though you're the Thane of...
They acknowledge it some. It's funny. Like, they will and they won't in the story, from what I understand. So I only did the very beginning just to see, but I've heard from others. But for instance, if you land in this new ship on in New Atlantis, sorry, I almost said Tequila City. If you land in New Atlantis, they're like, people are like blown away, and the ship technicians are like, "What the hell is that ship?" And this guy's like, "Does it take normal? Okay, we'll figure it out." Like, there are little things like that. Whenever you talk to characters, you have the choice of talking to Constellation, letting them know about that this is, that you're Starborn, and letting them know about yourself or not. You can choose to reveal it or hide it. Like, there's all kinds of things like that. And then in other quests, there's all kinds of places, from what I understand, since I haven't done it yet myself, where you can say, "Oh, I've already seen this," or "Oh, this is going to happen." So yeah,
it's like that scene in Back to the Future where Marty's watching himself play guitar. No, never mind.
It really is like that.
So you say your magic. It's not called magic. What are those powers? What are those things called? Those
powers.
Your powers.
Starborn powers.
You get those beefed up each time, you were saying? Like, you can...
If you go back and get the artifact in temple again, yes. So if you go to the temple where you got...
There is some pre-knowledge of your body that you do have this power, but when you go do it again, it enhances it further or something?
Yes, exactly. Each time.
Okay, weird.
Yeah, so it's a continuing story, and that's why some people feel like, the game was designed to be played again and again and again. But really, I think it's just a mechanic for all those of us who, tend to play and replay the games, to have a different story kind of philosophy reason to it.
And were you saddened by the loss of the ship, which with you had formed a long-term relationship,
No, because I knew it was happening. Well, I mean, two reasons. First of all, Gemma, yeah, she's Starborn now, but she's not, like I said, I'm not playing her that way for a couple months. And I still have the save my main character before I went through. But it will ultimately be, there is a loss to it. I mean, you lose all your credits, but whatever, money is money. But yeah, losing like the Violet Capybara, my Indigo Strike, like these ships that I've spent hours and credits on.
Yeah, that's a real bummer, man.
But it's kind of like a new slate too, because it's just a video game. So you can go in and you can...
Did she just say it's just a video game?
I'm reminding myself and everybody else. No, but you can go in and you can make new ships. So it's perfect. And the old saves are still there for the old ships. Clint's like, just, yeah. And he mentions the credits that you do get go on and on. These are definitely the longest credits I have ever seen in a Bethesda game.
Well, more people worked on it, right?
A whole lot of people and outside studios and those voice actors. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can use prior knowledge to your advantage or not. Like it's gonna be neat doing a second playthrough. So we'll get there. We'll get there. But for now, like I said, just gonna mess around, do pictures and stuff. I'm actually excited to start our Fallout 3 roundtable. And of course, one reason I wanted to finish Baldur's Gate, Starfield was to play Baldur's Gate.
Get off.
There's a kitty on the screen.
He's on the keyboard. He was trying to stop the show. Did I ever tell you guys about my dad's philosophy on credits?
What was your dad's philosophy on credits?
In the movie theater as a kid, I'd always be like, when the movie was over, the credits started to roll, I'd be like, all right, let's bail. And he'd always make me sit.
No, it's respect.
Yeah, exactly. He said lots of people who you don't see on the screen worked hard on this project, so at least read everyone's name just to give them the due respect, because they didn't get the Tom Cruise screen time or whatever. So this is their screen time.
Completely. Yeah, no, I have the complete same philosophy, but this was so long. I definitely fast forwarded through some. I'm like, I'm absorbing it sort of in my subconscious, but let's fast forward scroll. I might have jumped out when we got to legal. I'm like, yeah, you don't need that. Let's go.
I was always bummed out by it as a kid, but I see it now as an adult, of course, and I'm doing the same goddamn thing to my son. I was like, God, I'm turning to my old man. So
we all do. We all do. And to be honest, I feel like I got
Otter.
that from my mom and dad as well. So yeah, it's just kind of passed down.
Sorry, my cat is being a very big asshole right now.
Otter is he is jumping from right to left to right. It's
I don't know what he's doing. He may have gotten into catnip or something. He's really just got the zoomies or something.
That's fantastic.
Go away, Otter.
Well, so I finished Starfield as we've hit. So the other game I played this week was not Fallout, but I got into Pal World, which has taken the world by storm. I think everybody's heard about it now. It's funny because when I told you guys like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, oh, this game's coming out next week. And I'm really excited. Pokemon with guns. And, I'm a big Pokemon fan. I'm looking forward to it. That's probably haven't heard of it.
Now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited, but I figure no one else is. I just put it in my iguana bits as, like just a random thing that I'm excited about. And oh my God, is everybody playing it? It is the second highest concurrent players on Steam ever. It has sold at this point, like, what did I say, 7 or 8 million copies. It goes up by 1 million every day. It's 2 million. The next day it's 3 million. Next day it's 4 million.
That's pretty awesome. Is it a small independent release?
It's a small studio. They've done a couple previous games. Their only other big one was called Craftopia, which was a crafting building game of a similar vein. So what Pal World actually is it's not Pokemon with guns, even though that was the hook to get people in. Kind of like, just one of those things that people hear about and they're like, oh, I need to try that. And yes, you do have pals, which are like Pokemon. And yes, they can have guns, but really it's more of a survival game. So it's kind of like Ark, for those who've played Ark, or Valheim. Victor was really into Valheim for a while, a few of our friends. You're getting in there, you're learning to bang stones together, you're punching trees and getting wood, just like in Minecraft. Minecraft survival mode, same kind of deal. But the difference is here that as you do this stuff, you're also catching these characters called pals. So you're on this mysterious island that has these pals on it. And there are some people here too, but the island was kind of lost to civilization a bit. And so there haven't been many people here for a while. There's an old civilization that lived here and some new people that have showed up. And I think there was some kind of crash or something. I don't know the whole story yet. Let's be honest, it's not a really fleshed out story. But yeah, so as you punch your trees and you build your huts, you also get these pals. And the great thing about pals, they're not just, Pokemon are just all about fighting. Like we talk about, people hear Pokemon with guns, they think, oh, it's violent. No, Pokemon is almost more violent than this game. Because what these guys really love more than anything is like working for you and helping you. So you find, like, say you find yourself a little Lamball, or a Catina. and Yeah, and they want to be your cat helper. So you got Katina with you, and you're going and you're whacking a rock to get some stone, and Katina comes over, and he's whacking a rock too because he's helping you. It's great. Or or you're in there and you're building your weapon bench or your armor bench and stuff like you do in any game, and Lamball comes up and helps you with that. So they're fantastic. There's like 111 pals. I've got at this point probably got like 30 or 40, and they love working on your camp or your base. So the game combines all those fun things. You're building a base. You're setting up kind of a systems loop. Okay, so for instance, because of survival, you need to eat to survive. So you know how we make like the adhesive farms in the early days in Fallout, and we're getting our mute fruit set up, and we're saying, Marcy, get to work, get the mute fruit. Well, your pals are the same, except unlike Marcy, they don't bitch about it. Unlike Marcy, they want to go over there. They want to harvest that mute fruit, So yeah, it's really cool. So they do that, and then you're like, in order to grow it, you got to seed it and you got to water it. So you get yourself a pal that likes to plant things, a plant-based pal who's tossing the seeds. Then you get yourself like a little pengullet. A pengullet is a cute penguin, and he likes to water spout all over him. He's like, wee, wee, and he's water spouting it. And then when he's done, he gets all little hearts over his head, like, I did a good job. And you're like, yes, you did, pengullet. You did awesome. And then one of the others will come over and harvest it. So you get that whole loop going. You can kind of automate it with your pals doing all the work. Then you go out and explore, find more pals, build more stuff. It's a great time.
Are they all like animal based? It sounds like.
Mostly. I mean, some of them are pretty wacky fantasy animal based.
Okay.
They are a bit. So one of the controversies around Power World is that they are kind of Pokemon derived. Like they're definitely not exact copies, but some are closer than you might think are reasonable. But some are very original too. Like it's a mix of designs. But the gameplay is totally different. So yeah, a lot of them are animal based. I don't know if I have a favorite yet. There are some great birds. I got a Nightwing who's really fun to fly around on. There's a new ox one. I don't know his name, like Rhyzox or Pyrox, because he's a pyro. He's an ox that breathes fire. Yeah, and you can put a saddle on him and ride him, and it'll help you cook your food. He's awesome. Another one is what Fox Spark. Fox Spark also is a fire fox, and he is awesome. Okay. So yeah, this is just silly, you guys, and I'm not going to talk about it too long. But if you like Pokemon, or you like survival, or you just like cute things, this is a great game. It's still in game preview, so it's a little bit janky for sure, and they'll be adding a lot more to it. But it's very fun. Somewhere between Ark, Pokemon, Dragon Quest Monsters, Minecraft. It's just in a mix of all those things.
Super sweet.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Pal World, PAL. Like they're your buddies, they're your pals.
Pal World.
Yeah, makes it sound kind of Canadian. Hey guy, hey pal, Pal World.
Pal.
It is fun. I mean, you feed them, you can pet them. It's really fun. And the map is also huge that it's based on. Like it has a fixed world map, and the actual goal is to beat the bosses in each area. There are, I believe, 5 bosses. I think it's either 4 or 5. I beat the first boss tower. You have to. They're pretty tough. You got to get at least level 15, 16. It uses a type system. So like this boss uses a lot of electric attacks. So you need to, get a Pokemon. Ooh, I just did it. A pal that knows like ground and stuff to counter it. So it's really fun, but each one has their specialty and all that. It's a good time. So that's what I've been playing mostly. Last weekend. So after the show, or during the show, I said I would finish Starfield, and I did. But it was touch and go because I played Pal World Saturday, Sunday, Monday so much, and then they're like, okay, nope. I said I would do it. So I got into the Starfield, and my scoreboard is way behind. Scoreboard right now, I'm still like rank probably maybe 70. I might have gained like 2 or 3 ranks. That's it at most. Looks like I've got till March 26th. Not positive we have a definite date yet, but I believe that's when certain things are launching. So tentatively, until it's announced, I would mark March 26th for next season, an update on your calendar. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. But now that I'm caught up, I can start Baldur's Gate. I can start Fallout 3. And that'll be awesome. And then get back to doing my weeklies.
Nice.
Hmm.
Any other gameplay stuff you want to bring up?
No, that's pretty much it. Those two games, man, it's awesome.
So you're actually kind of doing the hard sell on Pal World there. I'm kind of thinking maybe Moana. Is it appropriate for children?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean,
Maybe
maybe okay.
And you're playing on Xbox,
Pal
not
number
PC,
69, Lavander. Don't wait. So they're a little bit sassy. But for the most part, yes, it's very, very all ages friendly.
Well, and as long as it's Looney Tune enough, it'll just go over his head.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Exactly. I think it will. Yeah.
Yeah, all the wood jokes that I didn't get as a kid that I see now, and I'm like, whoa. Boing, like that means something. All right. How about you, Ray? Did you get a chance to play any video games this week, sir?
I did, but as I was putting my notes together, I realized that I've been in a bit of a rut.
Oh no, what happened?
So the last 3 weeks, my gameplay has been, pretty locked in. So, Skyrim still running around with my sneaky Khajiit, No Man's Sky doing, the challenge runs. So nothing really new there. Starfield, I get to about level 12 and have all the cool stuff, and so I start a new character,
kill
and
it.
start going again.
Ugh, I got something good. Ugh, screw it. I hate this. This is things are too fun now. Do you have trouble?
So then I started thinking, okay, there's got to be something else I can do. I'm a little bit worried about what I came up with, because there's just not a lot of action in it.
He's concerned about himself. We need to reach out, Ray. Need a helpline.
So I decided to start a character that was going to be planet bound.
Never leave. Wait, what planet do you start on?
So you start on Vectera, but you can't do anything there because that's a extreme world. So you can't even build a base there to start with.
Now, Ray, you said you're going to be planet based. I don't want you leaving that planet.
Well, so
how long would that last? Could that be fun?
Not very long, because you can't do anything until you've returned to the to Constellation. And
what do you mean you can't like build any structures or anything, or
because you couldn't build any outposts. There's no city to sell stuff to. So
maybe
my plan is this
yet.
character is going to jump around to the different cities until he gets to, or she, actually this is my second female character that I've started out of my countless characters. But she is going to get to Aquila, and the frontier is going to break down. And so she'll be able to build an outpost on Aquila, and then travel to Aquila City to sell stuff, buy stuff, and keep her outpost up and running. But this is just going to be an outpost character. And so I started off as a geologist, so that I've got 3 science skills, and one of them isn't astrodynamics, which would be absolutely pointless for this.
Yeah, if you're not flying much. Plus, Sarah has astrodynamics to boost you.
Oh yeah, I'm an introvert, so it's a it's a 0 follower character again
Mhm. I mean,
because they suck.
I mean, there are some pretty great companions. Okay, like I mentioned, I found Betty Hauser. I didn't know she was voiced by Adrienne Barbeau. Our overseer from '76 is Betty Hauser. Like, there are some cool companions. Raphael. Did you guys ever get Raphael as a companion?
That'd be a no.
Oh, right. Well, so he is from the quest Entangled, which is one of the coolest quests in the game when I finally did it. And there's a couple ways to resolve it. You can resolve it for one side or the other, but there is a way to actually have a good ending for everybody. And in that case, you get Raphael, and he's a great outpost engineer. But you have to be late game to get to that. But he's good on outposts.
And you can, you can get your outpost skill up pretty quick if that's all you're doing. So
How close? What sort of proximity to a large city can you build an outpost?
not very.
Are you going to hoof it back and forth or what?
I mean, close
Well-
enough. Like you can build behind the lake, behind New Atlantis, for instance. You have to go all the way to the other side, but you could build there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um,
Because you can fast travel,
so my
right?
yeah, so I
Between-
can once I've been to Aquila City, I can fast travel back to there. But the key to this character is going to be that they never leave that planet.
Oh,
So
cool.
I can go to different places. I can set up different outposts on that planet, but I can never go to another planet.
And so you need to be on one of the
Yeah.
main city, like Tequila in this
Yeah,
case.
yeah. You have to have a city to be able to buy supplies and to sell stuff.
Hmm.
To be able to buy more stuff.
And better that than Mars, and you're not building on Neon.
No. Although, once they have underwater cities, that'd be cool.
Oh my gosh, godness, I can't wait. I mean, I can see a single system character being a viable option too, you know?
Yeah.
Just a fun
So-
way to play.
Yeah. So, well, we'll see. In theory, it sounded good, but
Right.
know,
It could be more frustrating.
in practice, I've tried to make other characters that do the scanning planets and doing all that kind of stuff, and they usually don't last very long because tends to be pretty freaking boring.
Yeah, I
But,
can see that. And outpost building on a new character, I know you're saying you can level those skills pretty quickly, but with the plants and animals and outposts and I don't know, like outpost building in this game is definitely richer later in the game when you get all those skills unlocked. Of
Yeah.
course, with
I
mods,
mean,
it might be better.
I was able to do it really quickly with the with my very hard character that I decided to test a couple of things with. I had some extra skill points, so that'll be one of the big challenges is leveling up. Also, this character isn't really a combat character, and so because they're a geologist, so far the only thing I've been fighting with is my mining laser, which early on is pretty effective. So we'll see how things go later on. But I am going to try to gather as many mining monthlies as I can before I get to Aquila City.
So, as role playing as a geologist, was that just scanning a lot of the outcrops of elements around and
You get a little
harvesting
bit-
them?
you get extra inorganic materials when you harvest as you level up your geology. So
You can extract more. I see.
yeah. So I did a little test character, and I was able to find a spot on Aquila where you've got the maximum resources, and so I'll be able to make uh, what are the ISO magnets. So that'll be my main source of funds, is selling those. And I do plan on, wandering around and going to different buildings and stuff. I have to figure out how I manage the combat. I think most of the time I'll just avoid it, because that's not what she's there for. So
You can throw rocks at things.
yeah. So I'll have to get involved in outpost security, because Aquila is, of course, famous for its ashtas. So
It's what Ash does.
yeah, it's their
Is that a bad alien animal thing around?
yeah a little dinosaur with teeth.
Oh, those little raptor guys. Yeah, they're sons of bitches. So can you set up like a little shock fence or something around the property that they can't get in, or what?
No, you pretty much have to just line the place with structures,
Or turrets and stuff?
and then put turrets around.
Are there any like fun turrets that are different? Or are they all just like rockets and machine guns and lasers and stuff?
Yeah, machine guns and lasers mainly.
There's no like material evaporators or anything like
No.
okay. Poof, you're Ash.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had a hard time at all switching back and forth between No Man's Sky and Starfield. Is there muscle memory issues at all when using keyboard and mouse? Or can you sort of map your controls in either game to reflect the other? Like, have you done any of that, or you just sort of know each game?
Yeah, I haven't worried about that too much. The one that really threw me the most was going between Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky,
Why is that?
because they have similar keys for radically different things. And so, you would instinctively press like the F key, and in one game it brings up the scanner, and the other game it is the key that you use to interact with things.
But you wouldn't remap them. You just
Now,
you're good enough to flip back and forth pretty freely.
yeah, it takes a little bit, a few, but after you've played for like a half hour, you're totally
you
into
get
the
it.
game that you're playing right then.
Back
And I typically don't just jump back and forth. I don't play an hour on one, an hour on the other. It's like half a day I'll play one game, and then another, the other half of the day I'll play something completely different, and then go back to the other one.
last time I played a game on the computer, it was the AWSZ format. Do they still use that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Does that make, oh, it is? This is like walk
Yeah.
forward,
Well,
walk backward, walk.
It's called WASD.
Was
So WASD.
it should be Z, not D.
No, it's the Z key is usually not used.
Really? I thought that was backward or whatever.
No, that's
Maybe
S.
it wasn't. S? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, okay.
S and W are forward and reverse, and then A and D are
Well,
left and
that's-
right.
That's how long it's been since I've played a keyboard game. Don't even remember what keys you use.
Yeah, if you have a really busy game, then they'll use the Z key for things, but typically not.
You guys and your crazy keyboard games. All right,
Oh, yeah.
what else have we getting into there, Ray?
So I've been kind of getting things prepped for Fallout 3.
Uh-oh, what are you doing?
So loading the game,
Oh no.
since I didn't already have it loaded in the queue. Then getting my script extender loaded in and running the patch that downgrades the game.
I have to make my computer dumb so it can understand the game.
And then instead of really spending a lot of time modding it, I just decided to take the easy way out and loaded a collection. And so I found one that was mainly just visual stuff. So makes the game look really as sharp as it can be. So I've just been doing a little test character, running around a little bit, just seeing how it all works.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Getting it set up with the script extender. Um, are there any collections? So if we're kind of talking a little bit of Fallout 3 already, because I have the notes about Fallout 3 PC setups. Are there collections for Fallout 3 at all?
Oh yeah,
See,
yeah.
that's
There's quite a few.
neat. That could be really helpful because I was going back through. So I copied a list of some recommended mods. People are asking about, hey, what mods are you using? What do you recommend? I copied a list from a video that Lone Vault Wander recently did of 10 to 12 mods he did to kind of put together a good Fallout 3 experience. And I went to the Nexus to look up what I used last time, which I don't recommend doing what I did exactly because I ended up having a lot of crashing and didn't end up playing on PC. But apparently I bookmarked like 70 mods for Fallout 3. I'm sure I didn't install that many. I probably only installed like 40 or 50. But I followed a guide at the time called the Fallout 3 Overhaul Modding Guide. It's been updated since then. No, it was last updated 2019. So I would have done this same version in there. And yeah, following that guide, it was maybe a little bit much. I think it was the extra creatures that I added that were causing the trouble. Do you add any creatures to your game, Ray, or anything like that?
No. No. So mine. So I've got Fell Out, which is the ungreening.
That's a good one. I have one bookmark called DC Moods, which is similar. It's another ungreening mod, a little bit. I think you can kind of pick your atmosphere from a couple of settings.
I think DC Moods was that late night music collection I would see that would be like play PM Dawn and some Enya and stuff like that. Yeah, I could jam out. Good stuff.
And so the NMC texture pack.
NMC?
That
Floral,
sounds like a good texture pack.
Yeah, floral overall, smooth lights.
Okay, so a lot of these ones you're mentioning are on the list that I copied from Lone Vault Wanderer too, of things that he thought were good.
Okay, yeah, and then the 4K textures.
Ooh, 4K, fancy.
What's NMC mean?
It's just a brand name.
Yeah, the modders' names. Kind of curious though.
So EVE, so visual enhancements for energy weapons, some effects textures, blood textures. What else?
Yeah, it looks like NMC's texture bundle is really good. It's got roads, bridges, red rockets, Nuka-Cola machines, all kinds of things. And there's a lot of variations on Fallout too. Wow.
Got that mod that turns centaurs into not centaurs. What are they called? Those weird slug people things?
Yeah, those are centaurs.
Those are centaurs.
Now,
get that one that turns them into unicorns, right? Seen that mod?
You said you have one for smooth lighting, you called it?
Yeah.
What does that do? Does it just kind of
so that's
soften?
it's for your Pip-Boy light.
Okay. I'm noticing on the list I have, besides Fallout and DC Moods, there's realistic wasteland lighting, enhanced weather, and dynamic weather. Do you use any kind of weather mod on yours?
I don't remember seeing anything for weather.
Okay. And one I would definitely recommend that isn't as important to Ray, probably, but Fallout 3 Redesigned, formerly known as Project Beauty. That makes your NPCs a little bit less potato-esque. Should you, want to look at your companion occasionally and not be like, dude, what happened? try Fallout 3 Redesigned, aka Project Beauty.
Project
That is a
Beauty.
good NPC mod.
I think what's his name? Is it Robert Gunn? Tim Gunn. I think Tim Gunn was on that show, Jess.
I actually really liked his show,
Designers.
Project Runway.
Make it work.
Hmm.
Love that
So
guy.
some armor retextures, weapon retextures. So it'll be interesting to see. There's one in here called Megaton Lighting Overhaul.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some general lighting overhauls. How do you think it changes Megaton? Like, are some of these new to you or did you run them previously?
Now, most of them are new. I don't even remember. I didn't have Fallout 3 in my Nexus list, so I may not. I had to have modded it.
I'm sure you did last time, yeah, because we talked about it. But you'd used the GOG version, like I did, and I remember you talking about the mods. But it was 4 years ago. Did you maybe have a different login or something?
No. So who knows? It might have been that it wasn't with Vortex. So I don't remember how long that's been around.
What I'm excited about trying is the Sydney follower mod, because Sydney you guys might remember the Declaration of Independence quest, or from the museum. She's an awesome character, and you don't get to do much with her after that one quest. And so I'm excited there's a follower mod for her. I want to try that. There are some dog meat and companion essential mods. I've mentioned before, dog meat once you get Broken Steel or Game of the Year edition, dog meat is well nigh unkillable, because he gets so many XP every level, up to like 15,000 HP. Sorry, I said XP, I mean HP. But as our friend Jules Smith mentioned in Discord, he can still die. Like he's not essential. He can still die, but it's much, much harder. If you worry about dog meat.
Super dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember last game accidentally blowing up all the cars in a parking lot in front of the drive-in theater, and dog meat went running in. So I'm like, there's raiders there. I'm like, ha, raiders. And I'm shooting them with a Vat Man. I'm like, yes, blow up. And dog meat runs past me right when I shoot into the middle of the cars. I was so sure he was going to die. Everybody dead. And then dog meat just kind of panting in the middle. So
look what I did, mama.
Oh my God, I was so scared. I thought I'd be reloading.
I killed them all.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, once I figure out all the mods I'm doing, because I'm going to try to play on PC. I say, again, I'll let people know what I'm using too.
Nice.
But those sound like some awesome recommendations, Ray. I'll keep them in mind. And I'm going to look at collections. Oh, here's one. Bitter Cup, all gothed up. If you're going to date Bitter Cup and you want a goth girlfriend... Bitter Cup, all gothed up.
Nice. She's in a shelter. I see her every once in a while.
Do you really? Oh, is she all mopey in shelter too?
I don't know. It's her outfit that you usually see. It's just Bitter Cup's outfit for some reason. It's floating around a lot. I guess she gets naked. All right. Is there a sprint option in 3 for mods or whatever? Can you make yourself go faster without looking silly or whatever?
Well, I don't know what it looks like because I'm never in third person. But
try it in third person. Just see what it looks like. That'd be fun. And Ray, you said with the mods, this now looks as good as it can. Will there ever be a time where there can make Fallout 3 look like today's video games or a movie or something. Will that ever be possible?
It's certainly possible if they did a Fallout 3 built on the Fallout 4 engine.
Yeah.
But Fallout 4 is not even lifelike. It's still video game.
Well, but here's the thing with Fallout 4, you can mod it. Heavily modded Fallout 4 becomes very realistic looking.
Oh, really?
And so if you put Fallout 3 on the Fallout 4 engine and then use the heavily modded textures, you get closer. Until they really redo it, though, it would still play kind of clunky. But our friends at the Capital Wasteland Project are doing just that. They're trying to mod Fallout 3 into Fallout 4. It's coming along.
Nice. See, that's that. Can we push this off till then? You wanna,
No.
You wanna call an audible here at the line of scrimmage?
We'll play it again. We'll play it again probably when that or a remaster happens. But this is your every 4 years playthrough of Fallout 3. Maybe you'll love it this time.
Every half decade, I gotta run through this game.
Sorry, Ray. Back to your gameplay, but thank you for the walk
me.
down PC mod lane. I just wanted to kind of cover that stuff.
Yeah. So this is really, it's just all, improved textures. I like the game the way it is. I don't really want to, do anything game changing to it. So, so there is one of the mods is called GNR Enhanced, which adds 100 theme fitting songs to the radio. So that'll be fun.
More music is good.
Yep.
GNR is the
Galaxy
Galaxy
News
Radio.
Radio.
See, I was thinking Guns N' Roses. I was like, ooh, lots of Guns N'
Bringing you the
Roses
truth,
songs.
no matter how bad it hurts. Andrew, no Axl Rose, just Three Dog.
No GNR.
I am excited about Three Dog again, though, even if he, gets upset when I do something he doesn't like.
I get him in the vault sometimes too. Is he ever a Travis style follower or anything? Can you take Three Dog out?
No,
That's too bad.
Yeah, he stays at the radio station when you do his quest.
he's too cool for school.
Bummer.
But what in chat they're talking about Capital Wasteland Mercenaries, the little Fallout 3 mod for Fallout 4. And no, you still can't take him as a companion there.
I thought that was going to end differently.
So did I when I started. I'm like, wait, no, you can't. I'm like, yeah, you meet. No, you can't. He's actually disappeared. You get his outfit.
that was funny. Oh, Ray, what else? What else you getting into there?
That's about it.
That's about it. All right. Well, my gameplay, been doing lots of Shelter stills, mainly. The big game I've been spending most of my time on. Like I mentioned, I finally got down all the way to the bottom of the shelter. But now I mentioned that weird idea where I'm just going to do elevators all the way on the extreme right-hand side all the way up. And just do, because I've got a row of 3, then the elevators, then a room of 3, but it's staggered. So coming up on the other side, it's only 2 rooms in, because you got 3, and 2, you can only ever get the 8 rooms across. So I've got like weird little rooms poking out all the way down the side now. But I've put a lot of just extra training rooms, because now that I have 200 vault dwellers, like a large majority of them are just walking around. When you have that many people in the vault, it's hard to keep them all employed. So, just send them all to school, I guess. So I built a bunch of training rooms down the side there. I destroyed the outfit room and the weapon room earlier to put in more power rooms down at the bottom thing, and so then I was going to rebuild those later up at the top, but good Lord, I forgot how expensive they are. I've got to save up like 90,000 caps this time to get the weapon room back.
Wow,
Or
that's
something
pricey.
like that. Yeah, well, to the max level or whatever.
Hmm.
Ugh. But I was like, damn, I should have scrapped that room. Oh, that's a pricey investment. So let's see. What else we doing? Anything else in shelter? No, not really. Oh, I was peeking at the achievements the other day, and I'm getting close on a couple of different achievements. There's a
Yes.
100 quests. I've done like 87 or
it.
something like that. And I haven't really ever cared about achievements before, but I was like, you know what? It might be fun to like check off this achievement list in survival mode. That might be kind of
Yeah,
fun.
it's
if I
the
could do
good
that.
goals. That's really what they're there for. Is
Yeah.
giving you a goal in the game.
But I was peeking around at those, and nothing seems impossible. So
The only difficult one is the 20 legendary dwellers. I've got all
Oh,
of them except
Lord.
for that one.
yeah, I just got my second one. Right? I just got Dr. Lee literally this afternoon or this evening when I got off of work. I was playing a little bit of Shelter, and I got Dr. Lee in a lunchbox, and it was like I saw it as like number 2 of your. I was like, wait a second, who's the first
I've
one?
probably got
have?
like 7.
I think I
Your
have
first probably
Sarah
Preston?
Lyons or something. I don't remember.
I've got Sarah Lyons, Harkness, Confessor Cromwell, 2 Prestons,
Maybe it is Harkness.
3 Dog.
Might be Harkness. That sounds familiar. Oh, right. But I've also been playing a little bit of Starfield too. And the big thing I did this week is I was like, I'm in this middle of that weird, quest and neon where it's just like you worked in the fish factory and you did all that. I did that, and then like next you find out that all the merchants in town are been having some like weird argument about like paying off the police and stuff, so you get involved in all sort of like this merchant feud, and I was all wrapped up into the politics of that quest, and I was just like, wait a second, this is dumb. I need to go build a settlement. I don't know why I've never done that, and Ray and Jess were talking about it the other day. I thought it sounded cool, so I stopped right in the middle of the quest, and I was like, I'm bailing. I'm going to Earth. I'm going to find Indiana. So I went and I zoomed off to Earth, I looked. Okay, this is funny. You guys will get a kick out of this. I was scanning Earth from space in my cute little spaceship, and I saw all these like formations, and there was the shape that looked like the tip of Florida and curved around and like sort of like the end boot of Texas poking out down there. You could see clearly where the Gulf of Mexico would be. Oh, and there's some spots up here that look like they could have been the Great Lakes. So I could easily, just between the Great Lakes and the Gulf of Mexico, sort of guesstimate where Indianapolis would have been on the map. So I originally planted my marker there and flew off and put a post there. Then I was looking around. I was like, this is way too hilly to be Indiana. This is not right at all. But then I was back up in space for some reason in my ship, and I realized, wait a second, this doesn't look like the Gulf of Mexico or the Great Lakes anymore. What happened? And I realized, oh, I had my scanner on, and the shapes of the elements or whatever were just so happened to be in the shape of the coastline of the Gulf of Mexico, Florida, Texas, and those little bumps up there that look like the Great Lakes were really just chlorine deposits. I'm like, fuck me. God damn it. I messed this all up. And so I was like, oh crap, I had my scanner on. Dang it. So I took the scanner off, deleted the outpost, got it back up, and then I was like, oh, you can actually see, but the outline is way different than it looks when you have the scanner mode on. You can actually see the sort of continental outlines and stuff.
Yeah, zoom way in, but it's kind of hard because because you see some of the ocean floor, it blends a little bit like Florida. You
get
see
the
like humps around it.
topographic map style, right? No, but I'd found a like really. I'm probably within miles of actually near where my house is. But then You know how I said it was way too hilly? They actually nailed it because like it is as flat as fucking as far as the eye could see, and this is like they nailed Indiana, right? If it was an apocalyptic wasteland, this is pretty much what it would look like around here, just sand. So planted a new beacon down and wanted to start building stuff. How do I build stuff? How does this work?
The outpost system
insane.
is definitely more difficult than settlements or
This
camps.
is insane.
It once you get points in the skills, you get more and more facilities you can unlock. But yeah, essentially, you get in there, you're in scanner, you press X to put down your base. Once your base is down to get back into build mode, you go open the scanner anytime and press X, and that'll put you into build mode.
You're way ahead of me because even before you could try to build anything, you need the materials to build stuff. And I realized, oh
Yes.
crap, I don't have anything.
Your
Like,
cargo's not stuffed full of resources.
I am level like 2.
Oh, yeah.
Just-
Outposts on a new character are the worst.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say with Ray. At least, he's getting a few levels in there and leveling that stuff up. But yeah,
So
need the
I
goods.
decided to play Ray's geology game and go out with my little laser blaster and find materials. But then after about an hour of that, I was like, there's got to be a more efficient way to do this. So you guys, let me guess, you collect a bunch of notebooks, clipboards, coffee mugs. You sell that in order to buy the resources in bulk, right? You don't go out and fucking geology this one, right?
It's a mix. Yeah, you definitely buy resources. Is a great way to get them. At the like what the UC exchange. What do they call that, Ray? The UC
Yeah, UC Exchange.
distribution. That's it. And
okay.
or at the Jemison, the other one is the exchange. That's what it is.
Yeah,
And
Jemison Mercantile.
yes, exactly. So you buy some of the stuff you want to build your extractors. You make sure to put a base in a place where you can get some iron or aluminum or some of the most common ones. And from there, once you get outposts down that are harvesting the resources for you, you can get all the basic ones at 1 to 2 or 3 outposts. You get a lot of resources.
So do you spread outposts on different systems that have like strategic, elements, or what's the appropriate term? Elements is not it. The appropriate
We just call them resources in the
resources.
game. But
Okay.
yeah, material. Yeah, that's one way to do it. A lot of people look for locations. So a lot of the planets that are most popular to put your outposts on are because they've got a lot of resources. So people know they can get iron and aluminum, maybe copper, beryllium, tungsten. They're like, oh, I can get these things. Maybe not all in one place, but on one planet, So put 1 or 2 outposts, maybe one on the moon to complete whatever you need.
That'd be
But keeping
fun.
it in one
Yeah.
system is safest.
So if I just wanted to sort of get like basic stuff built around my camp, do I need just like some aluminum and lead or something, or is it like, oh, you also need beryllium and cadmium and cobalt and blah 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 blah?
It can be good to set up a list. So if you watch any videos, which you're not going to, but if you did
No, I
on
don't do that.
making outposts, a lot of times what they'll do be like, hey, if you want to set up a basic outpost, here's your shopping list. And so you need 10 tungsten and 20 of this and that. And so you set that up so that you can build the things you need to get
All right.
started.
Okay, YouTube people, don't make the YouTube video. Just give me a fucking PDF of the grocery list. That's all I need. I don't want to watch your YouTube video. No offense. No offense. I'm sure that's how you feed your family, though.
Yeah, I can't imagine it actually. I would probably rage quit every single time if I had to use the vanilla system. But the universal stash, which is something that you've got in every other crafting Bethesda game out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, is integral, because you can, every time you go to the store, you buy up all the stuff, and then you take it back to your stash and you dump it in. And so you never have to, worry about, running, not having something that you need in order to do the research or build the thing, or any of the other crafting stuff, because you're just buying everything all the time, and you don't have to worry about weight, and it's just, you know it makes it like Fallout 4, where you can just keep dumping stuff in. Eventually you reach a limit, but for the most part, that's not an issue.
Yeah. But for those who don't have the mods yet, until
Yeah.
we get them on console,
Yeah.
it's a little harder.
Real helpful, Ray. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
I'll get right on
it-
that.
So yeah,
It's-
my tip is play it on your PC.
So I'm
that
gonna
magic piece.
give you a link, Andrew, that Clint just shared, and there are other guides, but here's one from IGN: First Outpost Tips and Where to Build. And it'll basically tell you, what to look for, what you need, and it has that shopping lift. It says, once you've chosen your location, time to start building. Here's what we recommend you bring with you to ensure you have enough materials. And so it says 6 beryllium, 25 aluminum, 6 copper or 4 cobalt, 11 lead. So it's actually a typed out shopping list for you.
Beautiful. And
I just dropped that link in our chat, but it's also in the Discord.
And there are shops that just sell junk scrapped down to the resources and stuff. I'm so
So there's
didn't do
there's
any
no
of that.
junk. Forget the
It's
junk.
not junk.
It's not
Yeah,
junk.
nothing scraps down. It's not
So-
junk. Nothing scrapped.
I don't even know how the resources work.
You mine them or you buy them. You don't scrap anything.
That is such an integral part of so many other. Why did they abandon that?
They went back to the, Fallout 3, New Vegas, Skyrim method. You're not scrapping anymore.
Don't pick that
Yeah,
shit
but
up.
even in those, you pick up junk and then build stuff out of
You're right. Yeah, motorcycle handbrakes and all that. Yeah. Starfield, you don't really. You just decorate with the junk, yeah.
them or sell it.
Or sell it.
Yeah. Do a weight
know,
ratio
for,
thing, right?
For one credit.
So you ask about places to buy resources. So some cities have several, some cities only have one or two. So most locations will sell some resources. You go over to that tab, the miscellaneous tab. I believe it's under miscellaneous. No. Is it resources? It is just resources. Okay.
Yeah.
And some like UC distribution have a lot. In Tequila City, if you're in over there, you want to go to, I believe it's Midtown Minerals. And you will hear from some people that the proprietor there, like, okay, so, there are debates about who's the hottest NPC in Starfield, for guys and girls and stuff. And the woman at Midtown Minerals is pretty high up on a lot of people's list. And I don't know if it's because I think she's got a slightly French accent, and that does it for some people. But yeah, she's pretty hot. Anyway, go to Midtown Minerals. She'll set you up. It's right to the left of the rock when you go in.
Midtown Minerals, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, and some of the easy ones to forget, down in the well, is Apex Electronics.
Mm-hmm.
And so he sells a lot of the the specialized components, like microsecond regulators and stuff like that.
Is that stuff you need for your first initial build?
No, that's more for if you want to start working on weapon or spacesuit mods, or general research, leveling up research.
Yeah, what's great about Midtown Minerals is there's a research station right in that one. So, say you get some of your resources over at the trade exchange, or Roland's Guns. Well, Roland doesn't have any, but the general store. You get some there, but then you go over to Midtown Minerals, and she has almost everything there. So you just get what you need to go to the resource bench. You research, and then you go and you buy anything else you need. It's very convenient.
I forgot about the research bench bullshit. Oof.
Yeah.
Once again, many reasons why I'm thinking New Game Plus is actually a good thing. I get to skip some of this nonsense and just get into the good parts.
The good parts.
Actually, that's something I'm curious about. So you're keeping your levels of skills, but will things be unlocked?
Yeah. I wonder if your research stays.
I need to find that out. Does my research stay? Another thing I've been wondering is, so I know you lose your main quest, but what about your miscellaneous objectives? So one thing I never did was pick up any of the snow globes back on Earth. But I've got like 8 of them unlocked now. Go to this location to see this landmark and you get a snow globe there. I didn't do those. I want to save them and do them all at once. Did I lose those when I went through? I may have.
They are so jealous of New Vegas that they had to commandeer their snow globes, man.
Yes. Research stays. Okay, people are saying research stays. Thank you so much, people in chat.
The Peanut Gallery, thank you guys.
They are the best. But yeah. Anything else for Andrew?
Gameplay wise, see how to get the resources, build mode. I'll just have to, mess around with it more. Which is a more fun experience in Starfield, ship building or settlement building? What do you guys like doing more? Ships, Ray, you too?
Yeah, certainly more rewarding. There's immediate gratification. Anything in your outpost is going to be very delayed gratification.
Yeah, slow because you got to get those skills. Outposts will be great as people add things to them, but it's just, I don't know. Also, your ship goes with you everywhere. Like Ray is saying, immediate gratification. Outposts, you have to go visit it.
And can you set it up where you have like a recruitment beacon and add crew and stuff? Is that right?
No, yeah, but no.
Yeah, but
no recruitment beacon, but yes, add crew.
Add crew. And do you have to like go
find
hire people at like
usually at the bar?
I was gonna say at a bar or a workplace, like
anyone who can be a companion.
Board, like how they have boards sometimes, job postings and stuff.
Yeah, so what you do, you go and you hire your Pokemon and you send them back to your outpost. You say, grow my damn mute fruit. No, but you do anyone who can be a companion, you can send.
Oh, I see. I thought you were saying anyone can be a companion. I'm like, wait, what?
No, anyone who can be a companion.
Anyone
yeah.
who can be. Okay. All
so
right.
There's a lot of them.
I'm trying to embrace the game a little more and all the other things, but I was just kind of I loaded Starfield a couple days ago and I played exactly 28 seconds and I was like, oh no, I don't want to play this, and I quit, and I did that again the next day and I was like, I need to go do something else real quick.
You just need to play Fallout 3. It's quest. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need, is a big dose of Fallout 3. But we're getting into it. Ray, I was just thinking the other day how you said, "Oh, I don't know how we could do a Fallout Shelter roundtable because I don't enjoy that game. I don't know how I could have fun doing that." And then I was just realizing, hey, wait a second. We're about to do Fallout 3, aren't we, Ray? And it's not exactly my favorite game.
Oh, come on. You love it.
I love Fallout 3 and New Vegas. You guys are right. I've been lying this whole time. No, but I am I did enjoy when we went into New Vegas recently, I enjoyed it more this time. So I'm hoping that Fallout 3, I get a little bit more out of it too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Embrace it a little more and try to have some fun with it. But let's see. You can mod Fallout 4 on Xbox, but Fallout 3 is not possible on Xbox, right?
Right.
Okay. And Fallout 3 on Mac? Who knows if that exists?
No.
No. PC only. Those bums. All right. Yeah, that was pretty much my gameplay. Oh, when you are in the scanner and it says like there's just a whole like foundation of the planet, a lot of it is chlorine. In your scanner, you see that it's chlorine sort of like everywhere on the ground. Is there a way to just harvest, like if it's like the predominant mineral of do you have to put down a collector or something? Is that what those spots? That's what the resource collectors are for?
That's what those extractors are for. Yep.
The extractors.
Yeah.
And your
and
laser...
when you pull up the extractor menu in the build menu, it'll show you which ones will work in your base.
And it's
Yeah,
not like a lobster trap system where you can just like sort of go set it up and come back and check it every once in a while. They have to be in a not settlement. What are they called? Outpost. You have to establish an outpost in order to put a resource collector down. And there are 8. Is that true? 8 outposts that you can put down?
At most, yeah. But you can get skills to add more. But at the beginning, it's initially only 8. I've never had more than 6 myself. Think of it like a workshop in 76. When you take over a workshop, it'll only show the extractors you can build, just like that.
Ray, you were saying there's not a general container, so you actually, it's not like they are collecting them into your inventory. You actually have to go to each of those settlements to grab the stuff. That's a pain in the ass, dude.
Yeah, I mean there's there is a system in place that you can transfer stuff from one to the other, but it's really janky and very convoluted.
It's not the best. I'm telling you, outposts are a pain.
Well, I'm trying to embrace it, Jess. Don't talk me out of it.
I love the game, and I'm telling you, this is not, it's kind of like going into an Arby's and being like, man, I am here for the best cheesecake I've ever had. No, you're at an Arby's.
You ever had Arby's cheesecake?
Starfield's outpost building is not the best.
Starfield's outpost building is better than Arby's cheesecake. Jess. That's the quote.
I'm gonna try to get into it myself. I'm just saying it didn't grab me either.
Yep. Mercury? I couldn't figure out how to harvest mercury either. Is that a blast with a laser?
Most of them are blast with lasers. Like if you find the rocks, they're all blast with lasers.
Mercury's a goddamn liquid. How do you blast a liquid with a laser to harvest it?
Everything is blast with laser unless it is in the ground, and then you can use the collector.
Okay. Oh, and the last thing I want to mention from my gameplay is flipping around on Netflix the other day. I noticed that Oppenheimer's coming to Netflix, and I'm super excited to watch it again.
Awesome.
I really liked it. All right, so that wraps up my gameplay. Did you guys get all of the Fallout 3 PC setups conversation out that you wanted to? All the, do you actually have to, go back on your operating system and that sort of thing? Do you have to dumb down your computers to play it?
No.
Only if you are modding it.
It depends on the system you're doing. And Ray would obviously know better than I. But the current versions are supposed to work on Windows 10 and 11. Even on Steam, they fixed the Steam version, but we still recommend the GOG version. And I mentioned that because right now GOG is having a sale until February 5th. So anybody who is looking for,
Oh,
I mean,
damn.
there are any Bethesda games you already own, which most of you probably do. But if you don't, all Bethesda games are on sale for 50 to 75% off right now, including Fall 3 Game of the Year Edition, only $6.59. If you want to get a copy.
Shoot. I don't even have a PC and I want to go buy them just in case I get a PC in the future.
Yeah, during the show, while Ray was talking, I actually purchased the GOG version of Oblivion and New Vegas, which I didn't have in GOG. I mean, I have them in Steam, but I wanted the GOG version. So,
Cha-ching, cha-ching. Nice.
yeah.
Good purchases. Yep, so that's PC setup. Everyone, Fallout 3, Xbox people were all in the clear because, our Series X will play backwards compatible. But we don't get the nice mods like you guys do. But I can't wait to hear, about 6 people out there who are going to start on PC, play to a certain point with their mods, and then be like, I don't know what's happening, guys. I just get this crashing every time I go to da-da-da-da-da. And like, oh, man. It's the mods. Let's all have a good luck, guys. Collecting a little powwow here. Have just like a quick moment of silence and inspiration for a good roundtable coming up. Character draw next week, right?
Let's go. Character draw next week.
Let's do it. All right. All in, hands in the circle. All right. Okay. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Okay. Good job,
break.
everybody. Break.
Game time.
Game time. Oh yes, game time. Speaking of game time. Let's ask that all important question.
What time is it?
Game time. This week on Game Time is a game that we had stuck around from last week because we had just gotten done with our roundtable brainstorm to come up with the schedule and everything for this this season of the roundtable. It was a very fun conversation. I think we mentioned it last week. But if you guys happen to have those notes open, please close them at this point, because our game this week is revolving directly around some of the topics that we discussed in our roundtable brainstorms.
No. Okay. Yeah, I haven't looked at the sheet again since we did that.
That was like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, seriously.
You're supposed to remember
You've
that
forgotten it. It's in one ear, out the other in my thing. Okay, so for game time this week,
What time is it? Game time!
we are going to play Roundtable Seasons.
Shoot.
Oh, we can do that.
Fallout 3.
I left my whiteboard downstairs.
See, I told you to close your notes, right? That counts, whiteboard. That includes the upcoming one that we are about to do. There are 15, not including that sort of just one DLC we did quickly for New Vegas, but it wasn't really an official one.
Yeah, that didn't
not-
count.
I did
That
not.
was just an addendum.
Yeah, that is not in the list, and there are 15, including this season we are about to get into. I'll let you guys just bounce back and forth here. We'll start with Ray. Ray, you have honors. Do you know any Roundtable seasons? Have we ever played any of the Fallout games?
All right. So season 1,
He's going to go in order.
Yeah, let's go in order.
Fallout 4 main quests.
Good job, Ray. Jess, do you know season 2? Gosh, can you guys really go in order? I'll be very impressed if you can go in order.
Well, here's the thing. Season 2 and 3 are the ones that are the most up in the air. I think we talked about it, and season 2 was also Fallout 4. Wait, no,
Yes.
it was Fallout 4,
Yes,
but not main quest. It was
what was special
builds
about it?
from that dude.
Aha! It is from that dude. Who are they?
Fudge
Those
Muppet.
Fudge, thank you. Fudge Muppet builds.
The
Fallout 4.
Fudge, thank you. Yes. It's the Fudge Muppet season. Very good. Highlight was Lee as Santa. Good season. All right, Ray, I believe it's your turn, sir. Do you know season 3 by chance?
So season 3 would have been Far Harbor.
Uh-oh. Jess?
I think he's right. Fallout 4 with DLC, Nuka World, and Far Harbor.
We did both of them. Yes.
Yeah, well, okay. That's what he meant.
Okay, Nuka World and Far Harbor, Fallout 4, 3. Good job, guys. Next one. Jess, do you know?
Yes, Fallout New Vegas with Pat.
New Vegas with Pat. Ray, back to you. Season 5.
All right, so this is when it starts falling apart for me.
This is
It's
one
okay if
of
we
your
get slightly out of order. No worries.
this is one of your most epic endeavors. Began with this season.
Hmm.
If that is a hint at all, that might not be a hint at all.
Not really.
Jess, you're welcome to help.
So
Okay. So, maybe wiggle your head a little bit and think about it.
Are we already to the bobblehead run?
We are on the bobblehead
Season 5, bobblehead.
Good job, Ray. Jess, back to you.
Okay. Season 6 was Fallout 4 favorite quests, side quests and favorite quests.
Side quest and favorite quest. You guys are good at this. Ray, how about season 7? Any idea?
So I started listening with New Vegas season. So that's why the first 3 I was a little more vague on because I wasn't listening back then with Kara and the crew as much.
How dare you?
Very dare
I'm
I. I know.
Very, very offended.
So are we at Fallout 76?
Hey,
Yes.
look at you. Look at you. Dust off your fancy pants, Ray. 76. Good job.
That was my first season. I participated in the Roundtable in season 6, but 7 was the first
All
on the
right.
show.
Well, then what'd you do the season after that, Jess?
Season 8. So season 7 was Fallout 76. Season Fallout 76 main quest. I believe season 8 was Fallout 76 again, and that was our side quest and event season.
Very nice. You guys are great. Okay, Ray, number 9. Season number 9. Number 9. Number 9.
Number 9.
This is going to be very familiar.
So it seems to me either 9 or 10 was Fallout 3.
Jess,
So I'm going to go with number 9.
Number 9.
Jess is leading you on there. Yeah. Yeah.
I just gave him a thumbs up. Yeah, Fallout 3 was season 9. Awesome.
Absolutely.
So
10?
season
Yep.
10. So we did the Fallout 3. We're like, hey, okay, 76 has been great for a couple seasons. Let's do Fallout 3. Very exciting.
Yeah.
But season 10, I believe, was that when we went back right to 4 then, or back to 76 Wastelanders? I think season 10 was Fallout 76 Wastelanders.
It was very nice. Ray, back to you, sir.
Uh,
And Jess was correct.
New
with
Vegas?
the- No, not quite yet. If you listen to what Jess is reasoning in her last response, she mentioned the other, these two. She was like, "Ooh, which one came first?" It's the other one.
wait, I was supposed to be paying attention?
I'll give you a hint. I'll just say, I think Minutemen.
Oh, could be on the railroad. Or the Institute.
Okay,
maybe?
let's see. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Fallout 4 Factions.
Fallout 4 Faction. Very good. Jess, back to you.
Okay.
Season 12.
So what's interesting is we haven't done a Fallout 76 roundtable since Wastelanders. Officially. We did main season, we did side quests and events, we did Wastelanders, we haven't done another 76. So season 12,
We were
after
threatening
Fallout 4 Factions,
Mhm.
is that, okay. Is that when we did Fallout 1?
I'm
I'm thinking. So we did New Vegas. Okay, yeah, That was New Vegas.
Sorry, I'm
Is
jot-
that my
I was
first
jotting
wrong
something
one?
down. No, you actually are correct. Fallout
Okay.
New Vegas main quest. Ray, back to you. Season 13. Can you remember all the way back to season 13?
That would have been our Fallout 1.
Atta boy, Ray. Fallout 1. Best of all the Fallout games, right? Right behind Shelter, number 2.
I mean, first of its name. It's got that going for it.
It's the number one Fallout.
It's the number 1 Fallout game.
Okay, season 14 is Fallout
for-
4 Survival.
Fallout 4 Survival DLC. Good job, Jess. And Ray, what are we doing this season?
It's going to be Fallout 3 DLC.
Fallout 3 DLC. Character draw
Survival.
next week. Can you do survival, or is there like just very hard?
No, just you could just up the difficulty. But yeah, so that is a very meta list, Andrew, but I loved it. It was a fun exercise. So
How many of our listeners knew any of those or gave a crap about that version of game time this week?
I bet they kind of enjoyed it. It's a good walk down memory lane. So let's see. Fallout 4, how many times have we played? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've had 7 seasons out of 15 with Fallout 4. By far the most.
Well,
Fallout,
it's the best, so come on.
followed by 3 of 76. And now 2 New Vegas, 2 Fallout 3, and 1 Fallout 1.
Very nice.
Yeah. Fun little statistics.
And there was talk of doing the Brotherhood stuff because that's new content in 76 we had never covered.
Yeah, we could absolutely do, Broken Steel.
Guys, there's
No, not
always
Broken Steel. Still Dawn, Still Rain.
there's always more stuff to play.
Mm-hmm.
Roundtable seasons, as far as the eye can see.
We did. We brainstormed out 3 or 4 possible seasons, maybe even 5.
You guys are in trouble. We're joking, Ray. We got to stick around till at least Fallout 5 comes out. But, 76, they threw a wrench in there. They added another 7-8 years by doing an MMO style, like, online subscription game that adds content as you go along. Oh, but little did we know we'd actually need to put together about 10 years of goddamn content in order to get there. Woof. We'll do it, right? We'll do it.
No, for sure.
For sure. All right, let's take a peek at our show notes. Game time. Let's roll over and see if...
I'm feeling a little hungry.
I don't know. I want to see if the lady can do that announcement thing.
Jessica, to the office, please.
yeah.
Jessica, to the office. Your iguana bits are ready. Please come pick them up.
That lady gave that announcement thing.
Yeah, she did. Well, thank you so much, Jess. I appreciate it. Man, okay, we've got some decent iguana bits today. Not a whole lot of Fallout iguana bits, but there's a mix. So first of all, I want to say this is a bit of a sad one for the 76 community, Fallout community in general, is farewell, Lady Devann. So for those who know her, may have interacted on Fallout streams on Bethesda, interacted with the main Fallout account a bit, ever had an issue with their system that, customer service couldn't help with and you had to go to community manager. Lady Devann has been our Fallout community manager since the beginning of 76, so 5 years now. And unfortunately, with the Microsoft and Xbox just had a round of layoffs like many companies. And previously, they touched the studio some, but not a lot. It was more the rest of the company. This time, after the Activision Blizzard acquisition, they have laid off a lot of people, 1,900 people, mostly from Activision Blizzard studios and stuff. With the the acquisition, redundant positions, marketing, physical games, number of other things like that. Some studios actually that were part of Activision Blizzard shut down. So it's a big deal. But on the Fallout Bethesda side, we don't know everyone who's affected at different Bethesda studios. I think there were only a few, but one of them was our community manager for 76 and Fallout in general, Lady Devann. And so I just want to say thanks for everything you've done. She's been great. I've streamed with her a number of times. A lot of people in our community who have maybe had an issue with their atoms or this or that have reached out to her, seen her on streams, or asked a question in the main Fallout account. A lot of times it would be her answering. So yeah, it's wish her well, and sorry to see you go. We do still have, so for a while there, for those who don't know the history, initially with Fallout 76, there were a couple of community managers, but it was just Devann for about 2 years in the middle, while people were working on Starfield and ESO and Skyrim and focusing on the other games a bit, and they were ramping up, getting that stuff ready. She was kind of the sole Fallout person for a while. Jessica Pade was on Fallout for about a year, and then went over to, I believe, Elder Scrolls and such. Now we have Vault of Daedalus and Violet Light. Violet Light, she's been with us for about a year. Vault Daedalus has been for a bit longer. Rob, he was originally UK community manager. Now he's the general Fallout community manager. So if you need something, those two people are around. You can ping them on Twitter. You can find them on the Discord, such like that. They will help you. But yeah, Lady D, she's great, and I'm just sad to see her go. So I just wanted to say that first. Let's see. That's just the facts. It just kind of sucks, honestly. If you guys want a little bit of opinion in your iguana bits right here, if you want a little bit of spice, a little hot sauce to your iguana bit, I will say that I think it kind of sucks. And I will say that, what she needed more than anything else was a little bit more help along the way, because we could always use more people helping the community in Fallout 76, not less. More communication, not less. You go on Reddit, you look at Fallout, and they have Bethesda replied. Guess what it's going to say? Bethesda replied, you, Lady Devann, because she's the one that actually paid attention, gave a shit, pardon me, and answered stuff. So,
How dare
yeah.
you swear.
Yeah, it's not the best, but the others are good. Other people there are great for sure, and other people will step up to be the face and do the public stuff. That was her before, but just sad. Also, I already mentioned. Do you say something, Andrew?
No, it's that's I'm not super active in the Twitch and streaming and thing, but I definitely know her and of her, and like I don't know anyone. So like if I have heard of her, then that means like she's a big deal, and that sucks that she has to go, because I know that you think highly of her, and that's really a bummer, man.
Yeah, it is, and I'm there are reasons why these decisions are made. I get it, but mass layoffs, not great, and her, not great. Losing her. So also go on a bit. I just mentioned already, but Good Old Games, GOG.com, is having a large sale. It's called a New Year's sale, but included are a lot of Bethesda games. So you get choice, delicious morsels like Fallout 1 and 2 for only $2.49 a piece. You can get Morrowind, some may say the best game ever, Morrowind for only $6. Oblivion, only $5. Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition, $6.59. Fallout New Vegas, $6.59. Or if you want the recently mentioned Fallout 4 or Skyrim, those are going for $9.99. So a pretty great sale. Get a complete edition ready to go for PC modding and all that.
Boom.
So coming up, I mentioned last week briefly about a convention we were doing for modding. Mods in general, modders, modding, all the different amazing projects happening right now on Bethesda games, not just in Fallout, but across platform. It's called C3. The official announcement has gone out and the press release. That's going to be happening February 2nd and 3rd. It is an online convention on Twitch. It's being set up like a raid train. So for those who don't know how a raid train works, essentially each panel will be hosted by a streamer. And when that panel's done, they're going to take the stream to another streamer where that panel will be. So it's kind of like, the way I would put it is like if you're sitting in the main auditorium at like a Dragon Con or someplace with a main stage, you're there comfy in your seat, and a panel comes up you want to see, you there, you can just stay, and then you can stay and watch the next panel and the next panel, follow the train through. So it's going to start 8 a.m. February 2nd. It's going to be 8 a.m. to about 10 p.m. Eastern. And then that's this coming Friday. And then Saturday, February 3rd, from 9 a.m. to about 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to read over, and I don't think you guys mind. I'm going to read over the schedule real quick, just because something might spark somebody's interest, and there might be a mod they're really interested in, so they can write it down. So here's general schedule. February 2nd, 8 a.m., they're doing a modding tools panel. So for people who want to get into modding, and especially advanced modding tools, but aren't sure how to work with the data, King Gath is going to do a presentation along with Elminster AU and Xera. Elminster is known, he's the developer of Xedit, which is like the creation kit, but the proprietary, the community tool, and Xera. And so they're going to talk about that. Level and world building at 10 a.m. with Joel Burgess. Joel Burgess, who was a senior designer at Bethesda Game Studios. A lot of people know Joel. We'll be talking about level and world building, 10 a.m. 11:30 a.m., the Nexus Mod Manager development. So yeah, the main app developer from Nexus is going to be talking about the new mods app they're working on and how all that works. At 12:15, Sky Oblivion showcase. If you're interested in the Sky Oblivion mod, they'll be showing some new stuff there. And Sky Oblivion is, of course, Oblivion built in Skyrim. It's looking beautiful. I believe it's currently on schedule to be out in 2025. So you got only about a year for that one.
I'd be interested in seeing that.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome. At 2:15 p.m. Eastern, Fallout London showcase. And just found out ESO. People might know the YouTuber ESO. He's going to be hosting it with the Fallout London crew. And they're great. A lot of the developers for Fallout London will be there showing off the mod for 2 hours. 4:15, we have Revelation Blues. I'm sorry. That is a Van Buren remake. That one's a bit further out, but people may know Van Buren was the original Fallout 3 concept as developed by Interplay and Black Isle that never actually came to fruition. But people are taking the show notes from that, the development notes, and they are recreating it. So that's going to be awesome. 5:15 p.m., an Armor Compendium update and tutorial stream with Eleonora. She's going to be going over her new, you guys may know the Armor Compendium in Fallout 4. It's she got this whole clothes shop and armor right off, kind of outside Diamond City, about a block or two away. She's doing an update on that. She's kind of talking through what she's doing. My Journey as a Modder, that's going to be at 7 p.m. on Friday. 3D animations at 7:45 p.m. to get some shorter ones. Fallout Appalachia showcase is at 8:45 p.m. Fallout Appalachia is an ambitious Fallout 4 mod that is bringing Fallout 76's Appalachia into Fallout 4. So it's going to be kind of like we can play Fallout 4, but visit a lot of the world of Appalachia in 76. So when that's done, that could be a really fun playthrough for us. But that's a little ways out too. So they'll update us on the status there. And then rounding things out, there's a Vault 16 Redux. So Vault 16 is a fun mod for Fallout 4. We'll be going over that. And then at 9:45 p.m. Eastern, I'm hosting the last workshop of the night, and that's going to be the Independent Fallout Wiki. For you guys who don't know, Independent Fallout Wiki is a new Fallout Wiki that started a little over a year ago. They're not on fandom like Nukipedia. They're on their own. And yeah, Kate Aces, who runs it, along with a couple of her mods, are going to be doing a panel, and I'll be hosting them. And that's going to be on my You Wastelanders channel. Okay, that's Friday. You guys ready for Saturday? Any questions so far?
Nice. Bring on Saturday.
Okay, I figured, why not go through it all? Let you guys kind of know what's happening. It's going to be a really fun convention, and people putting a lot of work into this. It's just great to get a lot of these modders who, you see clips on YouTube, but really you don't hear much about the mods until they just happen. It's like a mysterious thing happening. And so we're trying to pull back the veil. Let you see the progress, let you see what they're doing, how people explain what they do. So 9 a.m. on Saturday, it's going to start with Concord Stories. So Concord Stories is a mod for Sim Settlements 2. It's dependent on Sim Settlement 2, but it adds a bunch of new interiors, fully voiced NPC, merchants, and quests. So that's going to be 9 a.m. Story Wealth Collection is 9:30 a.m. We know Ray knows Story Wealth.
Mm-hmm.
That is a mod collection. And so Fifth Viking, who put the collection together, shares a breakdown of the Fallout 4 collection mod Story Wealth, including its history, why they've done it as a collection, mods that they made themselves to bring it together, talking with some of the mod authors involved. So if you play with a story wealth and you're kind of curious about, hey, why did they choose this? I want to ask some questions. That'll be 9:30 a.m. Fallout Nuevo Mexico is at 10 a.m., which is about a mod recreating New Mexico.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a New Vegas mod. It's adding parts of New Mexico onto New Vegas.
Really? That'll be fun.
Yeah,
Like the National Laboratory allows up the what's that? Is it Laos? No, that's not what it's called. That's a country. What's that city in New Mexico where the National Laboratory is with the particle accelerator and everything? Come on.
I'm not sure,
mind.
but yeah, it's going to be the remains of the state of New Mexico at the time of New Vegas, and they're going to be a rich new world space, kind of recreating that. So there's a good chance that'll be there.
Absolutely.
Then at 11 a.m. is one of our keynotes. So we've for keynote developers, basically, we're getting a lot of the big modders in there, but Joel Burgess giving his talk on level and world building at 10 a.m. Friday, as a former Bethesda employee. We also have Jonah Loeb at 11 a.m. on Saturday.
What?
Yeah, Jonah Loeb, friend of the show.
What?
Artist, game dev, and, world builder. He's going to be giving a talk for about an hour and a half on Saturday.
Nice.
His is on creature craft and fantasy art.
He's a real intriguing dude. Everyone check that out, especially. That's great.
For sure. Then there's a showcase on Skywind. That's Morrowind and Skyrim. See, we had Oblivion and Skyrim the day before. We got Skywind, Morrowind and Skyrim, 12:30.
What about Sky Out or Fall Rim?
No, we're not going to have Fall Rim or Sky Out. We want to say that is not a thing, as far as I know.
Someone needs to get cracking. That's a great idea. Let's do it.
We're going to have a Merry Modding Days at 2:30 p.m. is just a mod project. A Project Bygone Weapons showcase is for a Fallout 4 mod. It's going to be a really kind of cool Fallout 4 mod, adding a bunch of weapons. It's going to be hosted by Zach from Nuka Break. So if you guys enjoyed the Nuka Break series, Zach is hosting it, talking through all the weapons in this, and it's basically bringing weapons from Fallout 1, 2, Tactics, 3, New Vegas into 4. Like bringing all the old weapons into 4 to play with if you're into that stuff. Empire Wastes is a showcase. That's going to be New York, set in the Fallout 4 engine. Fallout 4 Capital Wasteland showcase is at 5 p.m. Al Chestbreach is actually hosting, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know Al Chestbreach. Does a lot of playthroughs, and he'll be hosting Capital Wasteland. They're going to talk about where they're at on that and the release date. I think they have dated it for 2025 or 6, but they have already done the Point Lookout release, recreated Point Lookout in Fallout 4. And next up, I think they're doing The Pit in Fallout 4 will be the next release, which should be soon. Actually, that does make me say you're going to get your wish sooner than later at this rate, Andrew.
What wish is this?
The Fallout 3 and Fallout 4.
It's
little by little, they're bringing it to us.
It's not going to happen.
Hopefully, eventually, but we're getting the DLCs at least.
I want Fallout 1 and 2 and 3 and everything on modern systems, right?
I mean, if we get those remasters like we're hoping for, if the Oblivion remaster actually happens, followed by Fallout 3, fingers crossed.
I want a secret drop that when this TV show drops, boom, it's a reissues of all the games.
Mm-hmm. So we've got just 5 more panels I want to go through for anyone who might be interested in these. Fallout The Odyssey is going to be a new mod set in Alaska. That's at 5:30 on Saturday. 6:30, Temu Jin is a New Vegas mod for a fully voiced Great Khan companion. So if you want a new companion in New Vegas, Temu Jin, they're going to be showing that off. Fallout Ashfall is a DLC-sized quest mod for Fallout New Vegas. Takes you on a journey to Hawaii. We're getting all these exotic places.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, Ashfall. Fallout Free Cheyenne is going to be at 8 p.m. on Saturday, and that's another game-sized mod for Fallout New Vegas. So it's a larger mod for New Vegas. And you're essentially going to be the city-state of Free Cheyenne and the Legion-controlled Denver. So it's kind of expanding on New Vegas lore and characters.
Who has,
And then,
sorry, go ahead.
oh, last panel, the creations panel. So I'll be hosting this one again too. And the creations panel is going to be at 8:30 on Saturday over on Wastelanders. And I'm going to bring in a bunch of mod authors to talk about creations currently in Skyrim and coming to other games over time, most likely. Now, not confirmed, but we all believe it's happening. I've got a couple of mod authors joining me. I've got Eleonora. I've got people know Eleonora from, of course, her home mods and armor mods. Kingath, who created Sim Settlements and Sim Settlements 2, among others. Trainwiz, best known for some Thomas the Tank Engine mods, but lots of others too. Some great Dwemer mods, and he's actually working on a game that he's going to talk about there. A new game he's doing himself, going to be released. And Shoeburglar. Shoeburglar does a lot of really cool, detailed weapon mods and stuff. So these 4 modders are all part of Bethesda's Creations. Some of the first, modders to release Creations, be part of that program. But there are more modders coming in, so they're going to talk about why they joined Creations, the difference between Creation and Creation Club, how it kind of varies between, their free mods. Are they still working on free mods? The answer, spoiler, yes. But how are they going to balance, paid mods to free mods? What Creation actually is, what they get out of it, pros and cons of the system. We'll talk through that. I'm going to try to ask a few of the tough community questions. Maybe not too tough, but tough. And, we'll see what they say. So that's going to be 8:30 p.m. on Saturday. And that's our convention. So yeah,
And,
tune in. That's this Friday and Saturday. It'll be up on all the socials too. I'll drop it on the Facebook. And I'm just amazed with some of the people who are joining to talk about stuff, the mods and the presenters.
No, that's definitely awesome. I know that you're going to be busy, but shoot us quick messages how about things are going and stuff. That
I will
That's very
definitely,
cool.
and I should be on the show next Friday. The independent wiki is going to be Friday night, but it should be done by 10:30. So the guys may start rolling characters without me, but hopefully I get over here in time.
We'll
And-
see about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So looking forward to that. It's been a big effort. Originally it was planned on happening, was scheduled for end of August. And then Starfield got announced for September. And then the early access for Starfield happened when the convention was going to happen. So like, okay, you know what? We'll put it off 6 months. But hopefully it goes well. People get some good news from it. It becomes an annual thing.
Hopefully so. Sounds good. All right. Exciting stuff coming up this weekend. All right, everybody, tune to your social medias for any links and details.
Exactly. And I'll drop them in Discord and such. It's going to be, because it's a raid train, it's going to be at a bunch of different channels. So, if there's a couple of panels that I mentioned you're interested in, just check the schedule and where it is, and you can get there. So we have some real Fallout news too. You guys, the Christmas drought is over. We've got real iguana bits.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Not real
Fallout news.
iguana bits.
Yeah, we haven't had new Fallout news aside from, hey, check this out in the Atom Shop since Christmas. So there was a new Inside the Vault article come out, basically talking about the upcoming maintenance, upcoming stuff with Atlantic PTS, and the Burning Love event. So first off, they mention in the article about the map expansion for Appalachia. Of course, if you listen regularly, you already know, or you saw on social media, but they are officially expanding the map this year down into Shenandoah Valley and Virginia. So that's super exciting. They are also talking about how they are expanding seasonal events, that they're going to be rework a few classic events, as we know, and that they're also adding some new seasonal events. They're not telling us what they are yet, but they're saying, "Oh, we'll announce it soon." But here's the big news on this one. So the Atlantic City, we know the second half of the mod, America's Playground, will be coming soon. Mod, there, it's on my brain. Expedition, but this is not just going to be an expedition. So America's Playground is where they're adding the new world space, the explorable world space in Atlantic City, plus an expedition. So we get a third expedition mission. We're going to get a couple of quests, a bunch of new characters, and explorable world space. And that is launching into the PTS next week, I believe. And it's also dated that it'll come to the game on March 26th. So that is how we now have a date that probably next season will start March 26th. But even if it doesn't, we should be getting the new second half of Atlantic City update on March 26th. I'm pretty excited. And they get into it. They also talked about how there's going to be a new quest in Appalachia too, involving that nightclub I talked about and some of the new locations. So we will see what's going on there. And finally, Burning Love. So, gotta love the name. Burning Love event is starting. When does it start? January 30th. So this coming Tuesday, Burning Love starts. It's a challenge event. And it's going to be where you have to do basically 4 out of 5 challenges. So sadly, the very nice and friendly 3 out of 5 we've had the last couple events. No, now they're back to 4 out of 5. You have to complete it 4 days out of 5 to get the reward. And week 1 will be a pink mechanic jumpsuit. And then week 2 will be rose tinted glasses.
I'm excited about both of those.
Yeah, and what you get is you get a cool hot rod pink flamer skin. So you're gonna get a skin for your flamer, and you got to go burn stuff. you got to go.
Sounds like
flame
a good
stuff.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, good time. And you get all the usual rewards. Your modules, your perk cards, blah blah blah. But then you get the big reward, which is the jumpsuit and the glasses. And if you get both weeks, you get a pink ass fireplace, which. It's pretty cool. It's a modern fireplace, but pink.
A pink ass fireplace. That's all I've ever wanted.
Yeah, you can join the pink ladies. It's very Greece.
That's all I've ever needed.
Now,
I'd be really bummed out if those rose-colored glasses don't tint your view of the world.
I was hoping they would.
That would be awesome. I feel like they're not going to, but that would be awesome.
Yeah, bummer.
And the only other news
Whatever,
I
I
have
play in third person anyway.
For this Tuesday specifically, it will be down for maintenance for a bit. They'll bring 76 down, and they're going to fix a couple things, including, and this is a big one, the fact that Exo 1 armor hasn't given radiation resistance for a while. They're going to fix the rad resistance on Exo 1 power armor again. They're going to fix some missing crafting plans, such as the communist camp items you can't build in your camps right now, the jewelry flare display, and more. So do look for maintenance this Tuesday for probably an hour or two, but just a small update. And those are my iguana bits for the day.
The bits are on fire. I just was sort of brainstorming a bit for the show, guys. I was thinking, oh man, iguana bits. That's awesome. Wait a second. Can you buy iguana meat on Amazon? I was gonna ship you guys some, like a little tin of iguana meat, and we were all gonna try iguana meat, but I don't know if you can buy it. Are they a protected species or anything? They're like
Iguanas?
They're like a nuisance in Florida and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're farmed in Central and South America.
You eaten that when you've been in Central America, Ray?
No.
Tasted iguana?
I wouldn't.
Gator?
I wouldn't not eat it.
Do you think gator would be similar? Would reptile? What other reptiles have you eaten? Turtle? I've had turtle, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I've had gator.
You've had gator. I don't think I've ever had gator.
Nope, no gator here. Oh,
Chat.
I had a question in the chat. Why is it called C3 for the convention? Community Creations Conference. Community Creations Con.
Oh yes, and I was gonna say where can we see it, but like look for links on
All over. Yep.
all over the social medias. Yeah. Jess, weirdest meat you've eaten?
Wow, that's a real question to ask a girl. Let's see. No, but honestly, not that weird. Like I've talked about, moose jerky before. Obviously, venison jerky, moose jerky.
Moose, yum. I haven't had moose, I don't think.
And scrapple.
Who the heck knows what's in Scrapple? That stuff's delicious, though.
Organs and fat and gristle and throwaway stuff.
But I've never had horse, never had camel, Clint. Oh my goodness, Clint is like crocodile and camel.
Camel, nice.
Oh, are you sure you haven't had horse?
Yeah, you might have.
I mean, I have eaten Taco Bell, but Sullivan has had gator and turtle. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah.
I have eaten horse. It is not a considered like a faux pas or whatever in Austria. where I lived for a couple years after college. America has this very love attachment to the Wild West and the horse, and its importance in the manifest destiny, expansion westward, and the wagons and the horses and oxen and such. They play such an important role in our country that they are sort of like, held a high. But in Austria, that's just like, they're kind of like a pack animal for use and feed. I think I may have mentioned this before, but the Royal Riding Academy in Austria and Vienna is right across the street from a horse butchery.
Oh, no, don't do that. That's just, you're out there training the horses and you're like, yeah, you be good.
Yeah,
and like
you-
they just like
you
point their head
better-
across the way.
You miss this jump one more time.
My
I'm gonna
goodness.
send you across the street, bud.
It's the glue that holds the economy together.
Gosh, no, but I've never had gator. I've never had that weird rodent thing in what's that, Louisiana?
Nutria.
Nutria. I've never had anything like
I mean,
that.
most people don't really eat nutria. I think
No.
that's if you're kind of desperate. Kind of like going to the Roadkill Cafe. You don't eat,
eating possum or
squirrel.
something.
you don't eat
Yeah.
possum.
I guess in game wise, I've had like elk jerky or caribou, something like that. Some of those big deer out
I
west.
might have
I've
had
some
elk
of
once.
those.
Now that you mention it, yeah, one of my friends here, Buffalo area, is really into hunting, and she might have gotten me some elk jerky before.
Oh, and bison and beefalo are both huge around here right now. You guys, is that trendy meat? You get bison in your
Definitely,
grocery
the
store.
bison's a better
we've
chip
had
dip.
that Ted Turner restaurant chain
Oh
forever.
my god, I forgot about that. That's hilarious.
Ted Turner. He's the guy
Yeah.
that did the TV show. I mean, he's the
Yeah,
TV
he
channel.
owns
The network, yeah.
TBS and TNT, both of those, and was
Yeah,
married to
CNN.
married to that famous actress, exercise lady, right? What was her name?
Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda.
Fonda,
Yeah.
right? Yes. No, he has a restaurant where the protein is beefalo or is it
Buffalo.
Is it actually bison or is it
Yeah.
the combo?
Yeah, it's bison.
animal? Yeah.
I mean, you can get a beefsteak there too, but yeah, it features the bison meat.
I actually like the beefalo combo where it's like that weird animal that they breed in between the two that's sterile or whatever, but it's like because bison's lean and have a nice gamey taste to it, but it doesn't have like any fat, you know what I mean, and it needs
Mhm.
that sort of beef fat to hold it together a little bit, or else it's just like flakes apart.
So a beefalo is kind of like a mule or something, like an end product of crossbreeding.
Yeah, like a liger.
Do people eat donkey?
Yes, in Austria. Also, I've had salami is commonly made out of like donkey or different meats like that in Austria too. I've had horse, I've had donkey, I've most likely had mule, something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exotic meat.
it's not a big deal there.
So I haven't had that many, but more than I realized when we started talking. But not like some of our friends and you guys. My goodness. Oh,
All right, I gotta find a 10 of iguana to send you guys somehow.
Clint talking about kangaroo. Kangaroo has no fat. Makes it really tough if it's cooked too much.
Oh yeah, they can eat those there. All right, you guys. Was there any other topics you'd like to talk about this evening on the show? A really big show.
All good here.
All right. Well, please tune in for Jess's stuff. She's got lots of exciting things going on this weekend. Everybody tune in.
Big
all the
convention, some great
socials.
speakers. Going to be fun. And yeah, you can end each night with me.
Super cool. All right, you guys. You can find her over there on the Twitters at SleepIs4T. Also at You Wastelanders and at Dames Who Game. Jess, thanks so much.
Good times. Can I get a quick scorecation shout out for our boy Bob.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about shouts on the way out the door. Hey, you know what you earned, Bob? You earned yourself a
Scorecation!
Mo's very excited to wish you a happy scorecation, Bob. Sorry I almost forgot about that, Bob. That's terrible. I would have felt so bad. Jess, was those
So I did find
Yes, Ray.
the exotic meat market.
Oh, yeah?
You can buy 1 pound of boneless iguana meat for $60.
A pound for $60?
Yep.
Is it made out of gold? What the fuck, man?
No, it's made out of iguana.
Ugh. But they're a nuisance. They're like a pest. That's weird. All right. You can get all of your iguana news from @RayLB over there on the Twitter if you're looking for a nice iguana steak. Ray, thanks so much for hopping on tonight.
Good times.
I can be found at Indie Android. The show is at the Fallout Feed. I'd like to thank everyone for downloading this edition of the Fallout Feed. We will see you in the wasteland.
Thank you for downloading this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing falloutroundtable@gmail.com. For the Roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout Feed, a Skyrimatic podcast, our YouTube channel, the Chatterbox, as well as other content. Once again, thank you for downloading, and we'll see you in the wasteland.
There's immediate gratification.
And you got to go burn stuff.
My very hard character.
Yeah. And you can put a saddle on him and ride him. You're whacking a rock. You're punching trees and getting wood. It's just a video game. Looking at every cranny and corner.